And next part is what I said that Java is an object-oriented programming. So the word is an object. So what is the object? Now we are coming with the on main part of our Java. That is what is the object. So object is not something new. Object is a real entity that have some characteristics and behavior. Okay. So what is the Java? What is an object? Object is a real entity that have some characteristic and behavior, or we can say that have some state and behavior. So for example, suppose they have taken one example in a book, that is a cat. So cat is also an object. How it is an object? Because it has some characteristic. What are the characteristic of cat? It has one tail, 4 legs, okay, and 2 ears. These all are the characteristics. And what are the behavior? What is the function? To mew or do anything. So suppose I have taken another example, dog. So what are these characteristics? It has one tail, 2 legs, 2 ears. Okay. So these are the characteristics. And what is the function of it, or what is the behavior of it? It barks. Okay. So this is the behavior part. So in the same way, our object is also having the two things. That is the state and the behavior, or we can say the characteristic and behavior. So what is the characteristic or the state represent? It determines the property, appearance and other related features. The same way that it determines the properties. Okay. Next with the color, all things come in a characteristic or the state. I can also write the state here, okay? Because in your book it is written, so you will be confused. So next part is the behavior. So next one behavior is the what the object really does. So for example, dog has some state, that is the name, color, breed. They behave like barking, fetching. So these are the objects. Now, next one is the class. What is the class? Class is a collection of the objects. We can say that what is the class? Class is a collection of the objects. What is the class? Class is a collection of objects. For example, I can say animal. So animal is a class, and it has different objects. That is the lion, tiger, giraffe, cat, dog. These are all called the objects, and animal is the class. So we can say that a class is a collection of the objects. So a class is a blueprint of the object which defines the data and the function. Now, how it is implemented in our Java? So it defines the data and function to work together. Now, what is the data and what are the functions? Okay. So this we will discuss. So what is the data and what are the functions? So suppose take one example, simple example of the dog. Okay. Suppose we will take some example, dog. Dog has teeth. So it can be called our data. And what are the function of it? Teeth, to chew something or to eat something. Okay. So this is our data and this is our function. In the same way, in our Java, data is represented by the variable and function is represented by the method or member function. And a variable is called the data member. Okay. So we will discuss in a detail afterwards. Now, next part is this is some small part of the this is just an introduction of object data class. So in a brief we will discuss what is an object. Object is a real entity. What is an object? Object is a real entity that has some state and the behavior. And what is the state means? State means the characteristic of For example, I take one example of dog. So what is the dog? A dog, what is the state of the dog? It has some color, it has some breed, it has some appearance. Okay, so this is the characteristic of it or the state. Now what are the behavior, what are the function of it? To parts, to fetch, these are the behaviors. So our object is also the same way. And how it will be there, we will discuss afterwards. So next part is the what is the class? Class is a collection of the objects. So we can the class is a blueprint of the object. Class is a blueprint also. Now, for example, I take one animal class. So in an animal class there are so many objects. So a class consists of many objects. Okay, and that class is the two things. That is the data and function. That is the data member and member function. And when the data member and member function will be together, they work. And that is called the class. Now, we will discuss the next part, that is the features of object-oriented programming. Now, we will discuss about the features of object-oriented programming. We can write book, huh? Check it. The first part is the data abstraction. So, what is the data abstraction? I will write the definition here. The act of representing essential features by hiding background details. Okay? This is called the data abstraction. Now, take one example. The act of, first I will read the definition for you. The act of representing essential features by hiding the background details. Essential features means the important part. Okay? By hiding the background details means how it works on the background. How it works at the back end. That is, we are having the two ends. Remember this. For the programming, front end and the back end. So front end is the thing that we see, it is visible. Back end is the process, how this is taking place. How this is how this happens. This is called the back end. So we have to, our data abstraction tells, we have to focus only our visible part. Okay, how it is happening, we will not discuss about it. Okay, so let's take one example. A simple example, a bike. Many of you know how to ride the bike or the features of the bike. We know one thing, a bike is having the gear, a bike of gear. We all have to change the gear with the help of the clutch. First we have to reduce the race, then press the clutch, and then we will change the gear. This is the whole process. But we don't know why we will do it. Why we are reducing the race, decreasing the race, or pressing the clutch, then we will put the gear. We don't know. No? This is what a data abstraction. There are so many processes for the online shopping. In an online shopping, what we have to do? We only see the our product, select it, it will go to the cart, and from there we will do the payment. So we don't know how this thing will go to the card and how the payment will take place. How that bank should be linked with the suppose we are having one site Myntra. So how that SBI should be linked with the Myntra site, and how the money transfers. This we will not know. Na? So that is called the data abstraction. Okay. So in our Java there are so many functions. There are so many functions that are already written. We just have to do what we have to do. Just use them. We don't know how that works, but just we know to use. Mr. Captain also use करना है. कैसे लिखा है, कहाँ लिखा है, we don't have to take care of it. So this is the data abstraction. And next part is our data encapsulation. as we had discussed about the class, we had discussed the class now. So class is what is a wrapping up of data member and member function into a single unit, and that single unit is called the class. In the class we have discussed about this part, that is the member function and the data member. So wrapping up of data member and member function into a single unit is called our class, and that process is called the data encapsulation. Okay, that is for example the animal. So animal is a class. So this process is called the encapsulation, because in the animal we are having the characteristic of that and the process also, that is its function also. Okay, so this is our data. Just write this definition. Okay. Next part is